All right, we're live. I think we're live. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. I am your host, Vays, coming to you live 30 seconds before the Fed meeting is to begin. My internet should be much better. Installed internet here at the apartment. And here we go. If hopefully people are joining us live, I was just so busy this morning and I'm on a different time zone. Not on the East Coast time zone. So I thought I had like one more hour and I'm like, oh shit, I need to do a video like immediately. If someone has the link, we can I can pull it up and we can start listening to the Fed call like we did last time. It should be super, super interesting what they say. So if, I should probably Google for it, but if any of the moderators can drop me a link where I can listen to the Fed announcement live, that would be great. Okay, what are we doing here? I am going to pull out the live chat. So while I'm doing all of this, like they probably announced the rate. So I'm not sure if they're going to announce it at exactly 2 at 2:15. Like I always forget like at what exact minute they do it. It used to be at 2:15, but I think now it's 2. They're all over the place. Meeting's tomorrow. Oh shit! Why did I think it was today? Putin speeches now. Oh God. Should we listen to that? Did you listen to Putin's speech? No, I did not. Wait till tomorrow. Oh, okay, that's good. See, I don't even know what day it is. I'm just like working like 10 hours a day right now. So it's been hasn't been easy. Tone, today's Putin speech. So has he given a speech or is he given the speech? 24-hour live stream. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I actually did think today was Wednesday. My bad. Should I start the stream over again so I don't look like a total idiot? Moscow Exchange has faulted? Shit, are they going to formally declare war? Can someone send me the link to the Putin speech? I mean, they're not going to, the US ain't going to cover that. I would like to hear what he has to say. It's kind of important. Classic TV. Is that a website? Just change the title. Yeah, let me change the title. I'm changing the title. All right, title changed. Go ahead and refresh your streams. Oh, wait, I changed it on here, but I didn't change it on my Zoom. Oh, I wonder how it comes out. Am I screen sharing yet? I'm not screen sharing yet, am I? Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, it did change it. Great. Cool. All right. That's okay. I was a little retarded this morning. Okay, so the UK. Let's see. Yeah, but I actually want to hear what he has to say. Is he speaking now or is he speaking later? No, I know US isn't going to cover that. They're going to wait till it's over, and then they're going to cherry pick 3 sentences out of a 1-hour speech, and they're going to make a big deal out of it. They're going to, it's kind of like a Jon Stewart interview. See, when people go on Jon Stewart, when non socialists go on Jon Stewart show, they interview them for like 3 hours, and then they cherry pick 3 minutes out of the 3 hours to make them look stupid and silly. Oh, he already spoke. Okay. So I'm not going to read it from the Sun. I mean, it's a biased publication. Like, I would love to hear what he said from like a non-Western biased media. So no UK, no Australia, no America. India, is there an Indian source, for example? I want to read it from India. I want to read it from Hungary. I want to read it from a non-biased source. Maybe someone from Mexico wrote something up. Okay, so some people are saying he already spoke, and some people are saying he didn't speak yet. Great. All right, I'm going to Google it on my other monitor. We are going to look at the price action as well. Putin's speech live on Twitter. I find that unlikely. Watch live President Putin address to the nation on Sky News. Al Jazeera. I'd rather watch it on Al Jazeera. Is it going to be live though? All right, let's go to Sky News. There we go. YouTube. Let's see. Will this work? Is he speaking? We'll have to rewind this and watch on 2x. But...
успешно реализованные проекты в самых разных областях. Имеются все предпосылки для расширения торговых связей.
No, we're not going to watch this live. It'll be too challenging. But I will save this link and watch it later. CNN. Really?
Взаимодействию партнеров с партнерами. И надеемся, что такой же подход что развитие сотрудничества между Россией исторически близкой нам Молдавии на принципах прагматизма.
Right, I'm going to close this. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to try the... It's posted 1 hour ago to Sky News. Oh, I already pulled it up. Okay. No, that's not it. Shoot. Control-Shift-T. Yes, I think so. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. We're not going to watch it, but I'll watch it later. Then I'll let you guys know. Let me see if it looks the same.
This weekend. And Moscow-backed leaders in the Russian-occupied Kherson
Well, this is not helpful. Right?
region in the south, along with the partially occupied Zaporizhzhia.
No, they're not covering the speech. Anyway, I'll listen to it. I'll let you guys know what he says. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the charts. Let's see what's going on. September. We are still in the potentially the month that's going to be the end of this bear market. A lot of people are super pessimistic. People are super pessimistic. We see Bitcoin faithfuls selling some of their Bitcoin. Yeah, no, well, we can talk about Russia. Yeah, it's going to be huge. This is going to be major. Like, guys, like all of these territories, Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, Kherson, they're all about to become Russian Federation. And when those referendums happen. And when that happens, this war changes. It completely changes. Because now Ukraine will be bombing Russian territory. Like all of this is about to become Russia. And it completely changes the outcome of this conflict. It's going to be very interesting. And by the way, I am fully expecting these two regions to go like 80, 90% to join Russia. And this entire region, I'm expecting maybe 60% that they're going to join Russia. So this one isn't as certain. So this area is not as certain as this area, but this area is pretty damn certain. It's going to be Russian Federation. Will it be Russian Federation forever? And then they'll allow them to be their own countries? I don't know. But these referendums are going to happen this month. It's going to happen fast. It's just like Crimea. Crimea's referendum was 90% to join Russia. And something like that, like 80 or 90% to join Russia. Now, of course, that's debatable, whether this was real or fake votes. But that's a different, that's a completely different discussion. Oh, I'm not on screen share. Shit. It's okay. Man, this stream is just going from bad to worse. There's a screen share. Yeah, so this is, I am expecting these two regions to vote for, to join the Russian Federation. And this region is a little less certain, but the vote to join the Russian Federation over here in Crimea was like 85 or 90 percent, and was like 85 or 90%. So we'll see what happens. And it'll be interesting what happens after these things are officially Russia. We'll see what happens after these things are officially Russia. Look, the vote could go the other way. I don't know. We'll see. Now I should have screen share. Yeah, screen share. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Yeah, this speech is going to be super important. And of course, the US is not going to cover it. So this month, I am still anticipating this month to be the low, and next month to be some form of recovery. Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is the day of the FOMC meeting. Please watch the video from yesterday where I talked about the FOMC drift. Someone messaged me an update to that paper. I have not had time to dig into that paper, but let me find it. I want to do a shout out. Shout out Sergio, a friend of mine from Singapore. A friend of mine from Singapore for giving me this paper. So I'm going to pull it up over here. So this is the original paper from 2013. Apparently, this is another paper. Oh God, I don't really want to download this. Should have downloaded it earlier. Crap. All right, let me get this on another monitor. Let me see if I can download the paper. If I'm allowed to download. Okay, here we go. And but what data are they using? Let me pull this up. So I talked about this yesterday. Please go to yesterday's video where I talked about how the greatest gains in the stock market take place on the day of the rate announcement. And this happened last time or the time before where we covered it live. I'm gonna try to cover this tomorrow. because I do have an event to go to tomorrow. So this was written in 2018. I believe they did additional study on this, original analysis. I bet you this was the, is this going anywhere? I'm clicking on it, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. Right, this is the original paper. It's the same paper I've been showing you guys for 5 years on this channel. And let me go back. So what did they do? Okay, here we go. So FOMC statements and chair press conference. FOMC statements only. What's the difference? Cumulative returns of the S&P index post-March 2011 sample. Boom. So since 2011, since the original paper, like I told you guys, this has only accelerated. So this, what's happening tomorrow is FOMC statement and chair press conference. This is what we're talking about. I don't know why they did this. So today is this blue day, and you can see it's exactly what I suspected. I told you guys yesterday that the data from 1994 or something to 2011, whatever this data sample is, like 30, when did they start? Whatever their sample size is. Remember, I told you guys yesterday that it felt like in the last 10 years, this has made even more money on the day of the announcement. And this is proof right here. Written in 2018, data since 2011, so 7 years worth of data. And you can see how we went up even more. We're even higher up this chart than before. So this proves that the market continues with this. This is now like 30 years of data that tomorrow is going to be one of the best days for the stock market on average over like a 30, 40 year period. So this is awesome. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, now let's go to the charts. I really don't pay attention to Vitalik Buterin. I honestly couldn't care less. I never thought the guy was all that smart. I never really respected his views. I always saw Vitalik as having a socialist, non-capitalist mentality, and him moving the project to proof of stake proved my original views of the guy. So I was never a fan. I always stayed away from Ethereum. I always challenged Vitalik's views because there was way smarter people than Vitalik in the crypto space. And they've written papers completely debunking all of his silly thoughts on what a blockchain is and does. So I really don't care what he does or what he has to say. Okay, so charts, weekly chart. You know, I am sitting here as a video contradiction, telling you guys that tomorrow is going to be one of the best days for the stock market from a statistical perspective. But But I am still expecting some kind of capitulation. So I would stay away from buying into Bitcoin right now. I would wait. As I stated yesterday, this line can certainly move even lower for when I would be anticipating a full out, bullish move. If we go and make new lows, this blue line moves from being super bullish at 21.5. It would move all the way down to 20. Now, did you guys see the law case against Ian Belima? That is super interesting. We really need to do a law show on that because the federal government is basically saying every single transaction on top of the Ethereum base layer is an American transaction. That was in the filing, which is actually insane, but that is in the case filing. But we really need to do a law show and discuss that some more because that is absolutely crazy. But it's not the first time the US government trying to do something crazy. And financial summit, Bali, Indonesia. Thinking was just about 5 to 6 weeks away, guys. So come and join us. My schedule. I am planning to go to Uzbekistan after Turkey and then Kazakhstan. I haven't gotten my visa yet. I haven't gotten my flights yet, but I've just been too busy, but this is the plan. So if you are in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, shoot me a message. And I will also be in Almaty, Kazakhstan. I'm going to get there a little bit early. I've never been to either Uzbekistan nor Kazakhstan. So a couple of more pins on my global map. After that, Dubai, and after that is, of course, Bali. And after Bali, I do plan to go to Thailand and also Singapore as well. I'll stop by Singapore. Not sure when I'm stopping by Singapore, though. Might have the wrong flags up here somewhere. But yeah, so this is my travel plans. Oh yeah, I have these as Indonesia, but it should be Singapore. I'm gonna swing by Singapore before I go to Thailand. All right, follow us on other social media. All right, let's go back to the charts. All right, here's our daily chart. We are sitting right at support. This is troublesome to say the least. Okay, so yes, I am expecting us to break down. We are hitting support for the third time. Statistically, this is the perfect environment to capitulate down. We have seen this before. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth time we broke. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we are on our 5th try. If it consolidates another 2 months, I will concede that that consolidation is bullish. But for now, this consolidation remains very, very bearish. Hey, shout out to Tom Crown. I'm gonna make you an admin, buddy. Let me just make sure it's really you. Let me go to your channel first. Yep. Was chatting with Tom the other day, trying to see if he wants to come to the financial summit. You should come, man. I'm trying to get really awesome traders to the summit. So that is you, and I'm gonna make you an admin. Why not? Thanks for tuning in, man. Bitcoin Motorist, how are you not an admin of my channel? Haven't you always been an admin of my channel? Is it the real Bitcoin Motorist? Go to channel. So I don't know if this is really you or not. So DM me on Telegram and let me know that you're the one that's asking me for an Armenian translator. What do I think about the consolidation under the 200-week moving average? I don't know. I think nothing. It's not about whether we're consolidating below the average or not. Price action and chart patterns are independent of moving averages. Oops. So moving averages are irrelevant. Consolidation is consolidation, whether you have moving averages or you don't. So consolidation doesn't actually matter. Yeah, Motorist, on my side, it doesn't have you with the blue wrench, so I have no idea. Maybe YouTube's bugging out. So consolidation is independent of moving averages. So oops, consolidating above the moving average or below the moving average is completely like they have nothing to do with each other. Oh, okay. Motorist, so do you want to be an admin of your other YouTube channel? Let me know. I'll make you an admin of that channel. So due to this consolidation, I'm anticipating a capitulation down. Now, if the Fed only raises the rate 75 basis points and has very dovish commentary, and the market rallies, and the market puts in a low this month, then we may not capitulate down. But right now, I don't know what the Fed's going to say. I can't depend on the Fed, and I have to depend on the chart pattern. And the chart pattern says we are in line for a capitulation. Short-term view, not good. GBTC, we have to talk about this when the price starts rising. Oil. Did the government update this page? Let's see where we are. They should update us. Another week is gone. And they are being lazy and possibly sneaky. So they're not telling us. See, this thing is supposed to be 7 days later. My math tells me that 9 plus 7 is 16. And today is like the 20th. So they are pretty behind on telling us what the oil reserves are. Oh, next release date, 9/21. So tomorrow. They will tell us tomorrow. They'll tell us tomorrow what's going on. So tomorrow we will know how much oil was there on the 16th. So we'll wait. We'll wait. Crude inventories, right? Maybe it's on this list as well. Yep, EIA oil inventories. Okay, so they'll tell us tomorrow at 10:30. So at 10:30 tomorrow, we'll know. And I'm telling you guys, once they run out of this, oil oil prices are going to skyrocket. That's my anticipation. Correlation rages on. Oh, I forgot to say the good news. Here's the good news. Because I'm not zoomed in enough. There it is. That's an orange up arrow. Okay, orange up arrow. Let me slide this over. That is an orange up arrow. And that means that tomorrow we are going to have an MRI buy. Super interesting what's happened. I'm going to put this here. I keep moving this around, right? Because it doesn't, like, I don't know where the market's going to go. This is just a general concept of where I think the market's going to go. So tomorrow is an MRI buy. That is super interesting. Super, super interesting. Let's see what happens. Stock market, however, will have its MRI buys later this week. And the stock market will have a weekly MRI buy next week. So maybe. We do need to make a new lower swing low, which would contradict tomorrow's upswing in the market due to the FOMC decision. So tomorrow is going to be a huge day. Something is going to break. Either we're not going to have the statistical likeliness of a monster up day tomorrow. We're already having a big down day. So we're already bucking this trend. And let's see if we're going to have a big update tomorrow over here. This is a very different picture because the prior picture had us dipping at 2 p.m. Well, 2:15 technically had us dipping. And this picture doesn't have that dip. Super interesting. All right, questions? Any questions? Toad, if people are selling gold, Bitcoin, stocks, where is the money? Well, they're not really selling. Okay, so here is what people have to realize, that all markets fall when there is no buyers. You don't need sellers for prices to fall. You just need a shortage of buyers. And where is the money going? Well, the money is going for fuel. The money is going for food. Inflation is skyrocketing. So the money is going into the ether. Everything's becoming more expensive. Am I ever coming to DC? Maybe. You know what happened? You remember the last time I was in DC? I can't really say it publicly, but I mean, I may be back in DC for similar reasons, like the last time I was in DC. Hopefully, The next time it will succeed because the last one was a complete and utter failure. What's my opinion on Monero? That is a very simple question. My opinion on Monero is found on my channel in a playlist called, what are my playlists? Called Crypto Scam.
All right, help.
Here is my opinion on Monero. This opinion is 1 hour and 43 minutes. This opinion is shared by Giacomo Zucco and Bitcoin Mechanic. So if you are actually curious on my opinion of Monero, please go and watch this video. It was absolutely amazing. Please say something encouraging about GBTC. My IRA is a bit nervous. I am still optimistic on GBTC and that this premium is going to go positive, back to positive, once the bull market begins. There's really not much of a difference between logarithmic and linear charts. I prefer logarithmic charts. That's just my preference. Tone, why would we have capitulation now when previous low capitulation had the highest volume registered in history? We will see. We will see. Yeah, I'm still coughing. I can't get rid of this damn cough. I don't even know how I got it. The MRI top on the 2-month was spot on. Yeah, but I don't usually look at the 2-month MRI. Though I still think the low will be this month or early next month, right? Like the answer is yes. I still think the low is this month. But if it happens, you know, the first week of October or even the second week of October, it's within my margin of error. COVID doesn't really give you a cough. I've already had COVID twice, and neither time did I have a cough. It's possible because my 2 times I had COVID, it was completely different. So it's possible that it's evolving and that I did have COVID like a week or 2 ago because I was super tired. And it's possible. And now it's just a lingering cough that's going to go away. Tone, don't you think that everyone is expecting a dump and that just makes it less possible? The answer is yes. But then now everyone is expecting it not to dump because everyone else is expecting it to dump. And now those people become wrong and now it becomes possible again. This is the never-ending cycle of why markets are unpredictable. If so many people care about Bitcoin compared to gold, why is Bitcoin down 59%? Because maybe not that many people care about Bitcoin. All right, wait, I have another question. Well, if people ask you, like, where's the money going? Well, the money isn't going anywhere, right? People are not getting wealthy. When you sell stocks, you're not getting wealthy. Most people sell stocks because they have to, not because they want to, because they lost money, right? Like selling something in a downturn doesn't make you wealthier. So the money isn't going to go anywhere. The Qs, we looked at the Qs last time. Here's the Qs. The Qs will have a monthly MRI buy next month if we crash to new lows, which we may or may not do. Like, I don't know. So many signs are pointing to next month being the low, and some signs are pointing to this month being the low. In a perfect world, the low comes the first week of October. If the low comes in the first week of October, I believe that's going to be the low. That's when everything kind of coincides. If the markets capitulate after this Fed call, or Russia's referendum, and something crazy happening in Eastern Europe, and the markets capitulate and crash, creating all new lows in early October, and then we get something called a slingshot, according to Martin Armstrong in his terminology. He refers to it as a slingshot, where markets crash and then explode to new highs to everyone's disbelief. We've seen this before. We saw it during COVID in both Bitcoin and the stock market. Like, if we go to the stock market, we'll go with the NASDAQ. Though the NASDAQ wasn't the big, it was more Dow Jones. You saw it in COVID, right? The markets crash and then slingshot to new highs. We've seen it with oil. Where's oil? Markets crash, but that's also COVID. And then slingshot to new highs. Not an all-time high, but here's the all-time high. And the all-time high came off a crash. The 08 crash. And then they slingshot back. So it happens quite often. And we may see that in the markets in the next 2 weeks. Like this slingshot to new all-time highs. Tone, Bitcoin, Ethereum on daily MRI buys tomorrow. I know. Do fundamentals outweigh daily technicals? No. I believe that I am a believer in the technicals, right? But the weekly technicals outweigh the daily technicals, right? Fundamentals and technicals are, you can't see me, think of it as a two-part Venn diagram, where, in Bitcoin, it's a three-part Venn diagram. There are fundamentals, which includes on-chain analysis. There are news, and there are technicals. This is the three-part Venn diagram. So they overlap, but one is not more important than the other. But the weekly technicals outweigh the daily technicals. And the weekly technicals are way more bearish than the daily potential buy tomorrow. So I would lean to the weekly and not rush in tomorrow with Bitcoin, even though it's on an MRI bar. Google monthly in a hyperlink. Maybe. Well, Google, wow, beautiful call. Google monthly is on an MRI buy next month. And that would be great if we get the capitulation, not close below the MRI support, and then slingshot back to new all-time highs off of earnings. Is it in a hyperlink? Well, we do have to go to a linear chart. Oh, I wasn't on a log chart. I was on a linear chart. Interesting. Where's my data? Where's my data, guys? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did Google go public in 2014? No, they didn't go public in 2014. Google went public before that, right? When was Google? I almost typed in ICO. When was the IPO? The Google search is being tricky. Yeah, Google went public in 2004, not 2014. I knew there was a 4 involved, but 14 seems strange. So, where's my data? Where's the data, guys? There we go. There we go. See, you need data. Can't do shit if your data is not accurate. So with Google, we can say this was phase 1. Nice phase 1. Very nice phase 1. Off the IPO, 400%, a little bit on the high side, but it is Google. We can then have phase 2. Decent angle. Phase 2 is a little bit long. It's a little bit long. The problem now is we don't have a proper phase 3. So Google might be in a phase 3, guys. That was too steep. This looks like a nice phase 3. And then the slingshot. Later, though. Way later. Like here. No, like boom. But it's taking too long. It's taking super long. Interesting, though. I gotta change my ticker for Google. Why is this at a different price? What is going on? It's the Class A shares. And what are these shares? Can I edit a ticker? No, I can't. Interesting. They're at a different price. Which one do we trade? Which one do people trade? I think you still trade this one. This data is better because it goes backward. You always want the maximum data set. Maximum data set is super important. Well, everyone's expecting a big crash tomorrow, and the charts are pointing to a big crash tomorrow. But 30 years worth of data is saying that tomorrow is going to be an update. So we have a contradiction. So once again, I got to check the data set here. The data set is from what day to what day? from 94 to 2011, and then from 2011 up to from 2011, that was the original data from that paper. And then we have a new set of data from 2011 to 2018. And it shows that it goes up even more. So tomorrow is historically the greatest day for the stock market on average, over 30 years of data. So you be the judge. Someone's asking me to Tone, Google, there was a split. No, they were both split. Where are we on the countdown to World War III? World War III technically started with 9/11. World War III is the war on terror, and I still don't know what that means. We've been in, the United States has been in World War III since 9/11. The war on terror and the war on anyone America doesn't like has been World War III. It's just finally starting to escalate. Because now China and Russia are, well, China more than Russia, are America's peer competitors. They're both a military peer competitor. China is a economic peer competitor, and Russia is a natural resource peer competitor to America. So, but World War III started with in 2001 with the declaration of the war on a fictional concept. There's no such thing as terror. Like, it's a word, but what's Russia's next move? I honestly don't know. I mean, I can provide you guys my opinion. Russia's next move is to get these countries, as these regions, as the official part of the Russian Federation, give every one of these people a Russian passport, and now Ukraine would be bombing Russian soil. But Ukraine is already doing that up here, so I don't see how that changes all that much. But they would be able to bring in more military, and they would be able to escalate their firing back. They already started attacking the infrastructure of Ukraine. Ukraine did push Russia back in Kharkiv. I don't believe Kharkiv is the priority for Russia anyway. I've said it in multiple other videos. It's way more important for Russia to take the south and landlock Ukraine. And in my opinion, Russia's priorities, maybe I can try to draw on this, annotate, draw, red. I mean, Russia's priorities is to capture this. Oh, smooth line. I need a curved line. I had to delete this. Clear all drawings. Curved line. I believe Russia's priorities are this. I mean, there is a river going through here, so that's a natural barrier. I believe Russia's priorities are like this. And this is a priority. So that all of this and this becomes Russia. Or an independent nation, whatever they decide. This is the priority. Now, they could keep going. They could keep going. I personally don't believe they want Kiev, but they may take it. Now, I'll change the color. If the conflict doesn't end after Russia takes this region, and I do believe that they will take this region, if it doesn't end then, if Ukraine doesn't come to the negotiation talks, after that, I think it becomes this. I'll, go around Kiev, and we'll use the river as the border. So then it becomes this. And if Ukraine still doesn't come to the negotiation table, it starts to get weird. Because at that point, I think at that point, Russia is going to try to convince Poland to take this back. And they're going to try to convince, like other countries to take the rest of it back. Until eventually, Ukraine becomes like this. I mean, I don't know what happens after. Personally, I would like to see Russia stop after they take this red area. I don't want to see Russia take more area. I really don't want that. But I can't see them stopping before they take all this red that I drew. I don't see them stopping until they take that area. But I do see them stop. I can envision them stopping after they take that area, if the U.S. comes to the negotiating table, but they probably won't. And I'm saying U.S., not Ukraine. I think the only, as weird as this sounds, I think the only country that actually listens to Ukraine is Russia. I think the West just doesn't give a shit about Ukraine's opinion, and it's more like they're telling them what to do than actually caring about what the Ukrainian people think. But I do think Russia would come to the negotiating table with Ukraine after they take this land. But before they take this land, it is very unlikely that Russia would negotiate anything at this point. All right, I gotta clean the. There you go. So that's kind of my view on this. Oh shit! Did I end the Zoom? No, I ended it. Okay. And then there's a whole other problem in Georgia. I may be going to Georgia, by the way. I want to go to Georgia one more time while it's still Georgia, because Georgia is following the path of Ukraine in antagonizing Russia, and they might just say fuck it and take it. So, and I love Georgia. Just like Ukraine, it was one of my favorite countries to visit, and I can't go to Ukraine. Well, technically I probably could, but I don't want to go to Ukraine right now. But I do want to go to Georgia before this shit is happening in Georgia. So I would like to go there, eat some amazing shashlik, have some great wine, enjoy the weather, very historic country, and I want to visit it while I still can. So I'm probably going to go on my trip in this right after Turkey or right after Dubai or something. Okay, any good questions? Come to Romania. I've been to Romania. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. The Russian stock market. Yeah, we can take a look. I am gonna get going in a few minutes, guys. I think the stream's been out for an hour. All right, I'll look at the Moscow Stock Exchange. I'm gonna call it a day. Whoa, what happened today? I mean, something didn't go right with that speech. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm still somewhat bull. What happened to the currency then? Whatever just happened, something happened. Something happened today. I don't know what caused this. Very interesting. Anyone have a explanation for this? I wish I could make it to Luganos, but I actually just found out about it yesterday. The event in Luganos. I can't make it. I need to be in Bali. Like you can see my calendar, right? The event is in Switzerland on the 28th, and I'm in Dubai. Well, I think I'm in Dubai. I'm in Dubai, or I'm going to be in Georgia. So it's hard for me to go. Again, if someone wants to pay for my expenses, I can do it. But at my own expense, I'm not going to be flying back and forth across the world, unfortunately. It's too expensive. And this is also the reason why I can't make Pacific Bitcoin or adopting Bitcoin. The events here in California and El Salvador, I can't make it because I'm in Asia and then I got to go to Dubai. So unless someone wants to sponsor me, it'll cost about $10,000 to fly from Asia to California to El Salvador and then back to Dubai. These are long flights. It's brutal to do those flights in economy. So I'm not going to be flying back and forth across the world in economy. I don't mind flying economy, but not every week. Like I'll probably be flying to, I'm flying to economy next week from Panama to Turkey. That's a 14-hour flight. I can do that flight in economy, but I can't do that flight every week in economy. That's just brutal. I can do that flight once a month in economy. So if someone wants me to go from Asia to California to El Salvador, back to Dubai, someone's got to cover business class flights. Otherwise, I just stay in Asia. Interesting. Turkey banks stopped using the MRI credit system. Ha! Interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for watching. We covered a bunch, and I will see you all on the next episode. All right. Talk to you all on the